Welcome to the 2020 Hauser Advanced Government's Veterans Day program. Next up, we have Clayton West and Annika Wassel reading a poem, In Flanders Fields.
In Flanders Fields by John McCrae.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scared heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if you break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow, in Flanders.
Hello, my name is Emily Harker, and joining me today folding the American flag is Benjamin Essex and Aaron Rourke. The portion of the flag denoting honor is the canton of blue, containing the stars representing the states. Our veterans served in uniform. The field of blue dresses from left to right, and it is inverted only when draped as the funeral cloth over the casket of a veteran who has served our country honorably in uniform. In the United States Armed Forces, at ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded at a triangle, but kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning it is brought out, and at a ceremony of revival, flown high as a symbol of belief in the resurrection of the body.
My name is Maylee Berriger, and I will be reading you a letter from a veteran. Jim Jesse served from May of 1967 to October of 1968 in the Vietnam War. He was stationed in Germany after being drafted. When asked how he felt about coming home after his year and a half in service, he said the following: "I was glad to get home. I hadn't been home in 16 months. I had only talked to my family on Christmas of 1967. The rest was letters that we wrote back and forth. This was the first time I had been away from home for an extended period of time. It was nice coming home to see my family." And now here is Danielle Stewart reading another letter.
This is a letter from Mary Stewart, who was on the home front during the Vietnam War. She says, "The war completely divided our nation. The older generation understood the war and civic duty and honor behind protecting our great nation. The younger generation did not seem to understand this, as they hypocrited and completely criticized all the veterans coming home. They stood outside of train stations and airports and spit on our veterans and dishonored them. It is my honor to say that those who have served and returned home and the dead who have passed should be honored at the highest level of our country. Those coming home have no honor greater than serving this country, and we have treated them from Vietnam with the complete disrespect. We should understand that their sacrifice through the terms of PTSD and all the things that they still face today with their struggles. It is my personal opinion that we can never do enough to honor these brave souls who continually volunteer to serve and protect us from those who want to take our freedoms away. I don't think my military veterans should ever have to worry about medical or mental health problems and the costs. It is my sacrifice to them to completely honor them every day. God bless America and all that she stands for. Thank you."
Bryce Essex, I'm 37 years old, and I served in the 25th Infantry Division for 10 years in Fort Wainwright, Alaska. My most memorable moment in the Army was in Iraq on my third tour, when my lieutenant colonel gave me my combat infantry badge right before we came back from Muqtadiya, Iraq. My other moment was when I left for the military. My mother and father had always instilled a lot of patriotic sense of duty in me growing up, and I always felt this pull to the Army, and so I ended up spending 10 years and 3 combat tours there later.
Hello, my name is Wyatt Whittington. I joined the Indiana National Guard back in 2015, beginning of 2016. Throughout my experience through the military, I've moved up through the ranks. I've met a lot of great people. The Indiana National Guard is different than active duty and the reserves. The Indiana National Guard, we get to hold a full-time civilian life, but also do military and serve our country and our state. I've done riot control in Indianapolis. We went out to Washington, D.C. earlier this year for riot control, and we've also been down to Louisville, Kentucky. I've also been to Germany, Turkey, Bulgaria, and the border of Syria for missions. So I've got to experience a lot of different things that I wouldn't be able to on my civilian side. I just recently got off orders for being over at Pendleton Prison. We took over the prison just because of this whole coronavirus thing. So I've got to experience a lot of different things being military and also being civilian side with National Guard. I recommend the National Guard because you get all of the benefits. You get the TRICARE, which is our military insurance, and you also get free college. I got a bachelor's degree throughout the military, so they pay all the way up to a bachelor's degree, which is a good thing. So I walked into no college debt being within the National Guard. Overall, the experience has been great for me. I mean, I get out next year, and I'm glad I did it.
Being deployed to a forward base is interesting. Life is simpler in that there's small things that you look for each day to make your life better, as opposed to being home where you're trying to get some fancy new car or whatever is real difficult. Over there, it's really just getting some good food, getting good sleep, and hopefully getting some care packages in the mail, because that is awesome to get goodies in the mail. But being around North Africa and in the Middle East and into Southwest Asia, it's either really hot or really cold. So another thing you look for is a real good air conditioner, and keeping it well maintained and keeping it working and learning how to fix it when it breaks.
My name is Paul Vester, and I was in the Marines for 3 years, from 1965 to 1968. I was an Amtrak mechanic and tank mechanic. I've traveled all over the world, different duty stations, and finally wound up in North Carolina, where I finished up my tour, and retired now, and I was glad to be a veteran.
My name is Deborah Vester. I'm Caitlin's grandmother. I was in the Navy from 1972 to 1975, and my field was a radioman. My first 2 years were at Naval Air Station, Albany, Georgia, and my last year was Naval Communications Station in Sidi Ia, Morocco. While I was overseas, I got to travel through Spain, Portugal, and England, and I absolutely loved my time in. I loved the job that I was doing. It was fascinating, and I'm very proud to be a veteran. Very proud. I miss my time in service, and I'll cherish those memories always.
Hello, my name is J.P. Mayer, also known as Herrmeyer, the German teacher. I served in the United States Army, and I achieved the rank of Specialist E4. I was stationed in Frankfurt, Germany in the late 80s during peacetime, I'm glad to say. I had one of the coolest jobs in the Army. I worked for the American Forces Network, Europe, and I made radio commercials. Yes, radio commercials. Someone had to do it, and I got to do it. I like to tell people, if they were stationed in Europe at all during the late 80s, you heard my voice before and you didn't even know it. It was during my time in Germany that I first had the thought of becoming a German teacher. So after the military, I went back to college, got my German degree, and here I am. The military influenced one of my largest life decisions.
My dearest son, it's almost June. I hope this letter catches up with you and finds you well. It's been dry, but they're calling for rain, and everything's the same old same in Johnsonville. Your stubborn old daddy ain't said too much, but I'm sure you know he sends his love. And she goes on in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh like there's something funny about the way I talk when I say mama sends her best, y'all. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work. And it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. My dearest love, it's almost dawn. I've been lying here all night long, wondering where you might be. I saw your mama and I showed her the ring. Man on a television said something, so I couldn't sleep. But I'll be alright, I'm just missing you. And this is me kissing you, X's and O's, in a letter from home. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, and they all laugh, cause she calls me honey, but they take it hard, cause I don't read the good part. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work, and it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home. Dear son, I know I ain't written, I'm sitting here tonight alone in the kitchen. It occurs to me I might not have said it, so I'll say it now. Son, you make me proud. I hold it up and show my buddies like we ain't scared and our boots ain't muddy, but no one laughs, cause there ain't nothing funny when a soldier cries. And I just wipe my eyes. I fold it up and put it in my shirt, pick up my gun and get back to work, and it keeps me driving on, waiting on letters from home.